today I am filming the second part of my Q&A with May number 6. This is the part where I answer all of the questions that you guys asked me. So I got a pretty good amount of questions, and I'm gonna sit here and answer them for you guys. So I don't do Q&As very often, so if you were like, oh man, I really wanted to ask you something, but I couldn't because I didn't see that video or something like that, then you can let me know, and I don't know, maybe I'll answer it in the comments, or maybe I'll do another Q&A pretty soon. I don't know how frequently I should do these. I've never known how frequently I should do them. I just do them whenever I feel like it, basically. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I screenshotted all the questions and I just put them on a note sheet on my phone. What do your friends and family think about you collecting K-pop albums? Because I've been collecting for so long at this point, it's really just become like a thing like that I do, and so I feel like at this point it's not weird. And when I first started, I really didn't buy that many albums, so I think friends don't really care, and I've moved so many times anyways that like, and I mean they look nice, like I try to keep my albums. Right now they don't, but after I film my updated collection today, I'm going to like reorganize and clean everything, which I'm dreading a little bit, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I keep them very nice looking, so it's actually very visually pleasing to look at when you come in my room. I don't like to make it seem like there's way more. That's why I have so many shelves, and how sometimes I like keep albums on shelves with other things so it doesn't like seem too overwhelming. And I've always like spread them out in my room a little bit. Like I don't do, eventually I do, like if I live in my own place, I do want to have like a wall of shelves that I can like keep everything together. But for right now, this is what I'm doing. What are some of your favorite B-side tracks from this year? So I was actually listening to my top of 2017 playlist this morning, actually. OI by Monsta X is definitely one of my favorites. Mic Drop by BTS has definitely been one of my favorites as well. Whiplash by NCT 127. The Eve by EXO. Oh my gosh, that's been amazing. Basically, Monsta X's entire album has been like one of my favorite things so far this year. I mean, I still have to wait for Super Junior's album, and I have to wait for Monsta X's new album, but I feel like the Beautiful album right now, if I were to do my end of the year like tag video, all of those B-sides are like some of my favorite B-sides of the year. So I think that that is right now my favorite album of this year. There have been a lot of really good B-sides, I think, that have been released this year. Oh, and Blackout on VIX's new album, Shangri-La. You said in your past videos that you read, so I was wondering which books and authors are your favorite. So it's actually been a while since I have had a chance to read a book for fun. It was one of my goals this year to read more books, and it didn't happen. But my bookshelf in my old room, I took a lot of my books down, but in this room I have my books up, so let me go get some of my favorites. This is gonna be such a long video to edit because I keep just getting up and getting things. One of my all-time favorite authors, this isn't like a big thing, but J.K. Rowling, of course. I love the Harry Potter series. Harry Potter was like my first fandom. Like I literally grew up on Harry Potter, and like the first big kid book that I read was the first Harry Potter book, and I was like so proud of myself. I think I was back in like 2nd or 3rd grade or something, and I was like, I can read this, like I understand it. So I was so excited. I also really like Michael Grant. He writes like the Fear, these books. I have all of the ones that have come. I think I have like 6 or 7. I'm not sure how many there are at this point, because like I said, it's been a long time since I've read a book, but I've read all of these multiple times. I'm very into like sci-fi alternate like universes kind of books. I also, like, not that that is related to this at all, really like Jodi Picoult. I think all of her books are so good. I really enjoy her writing style. I also really like the Mortal Instruments series. This is by Cassandra Clare, and I really, like I said, like alternate universe kind of stories. Been a while since I've read these, but I really like that entire series. One of my all-time favorite books is actually called The Book Thief. This is by Marcus Zuskas, and it's talks about the Holocaust and like the whole 3 it's from a little girl's perspective, and she reads a lot, and you know how they burn books and all that stuff. So I've always found this to be a really, really interesting novel, and I've read it so many times and I don't get tired of it. Oh, let me see if I can find another one of my favorites because I just thought of it. Patient Zero, Jonathan Mayberry. I haven't read anything else by him, but I've read Patient Zero like so many times. It's very like science. It's definitely a very sci-fi book as well. A detective who tries to kill this terrorist and then he comes back to life. It sounds like zombies, like that's super lame, but like it's so good. Like the way he writes it is so good. And then I've also really liked the Vampire Academy novels. Favorite TV shows and K-dramas. So K-dramas, I watch a lot of K-dramas. TV shows that I still follow, I get really, really bored of American TV shows because there's so many seasons, and I don't know, I just get like really annoyed after a while watching it because I feel like they just try to extend a story that could have been ended. But TV shows that I still watch, I love Supernatural. I've literally seen like every season of Supernatural. I like Portlandia. It's like, I don't think it's just on Netflix. No, it's not. It's not a Netflix original, but I watch it on Netflix and I've seen it a couple times and I really like it. American Horror Story I watched up until a couple seasons ago, where I just was like, and my coworker's watching the current season and she was like, because I was talking about it, I was like, oh, I used to watch that show, but then I got kind of bored of it and I stopped, and she was like, don't, like this season sucks. So I really like Joseon era K-dramas like a lot. Like that's kind of like my guilty pleasure. I've seen all of the dramas that like Super Junior members have been in. I'm gonna start Siwon's new drama soon. I'm super excited about it. I've seen all of this Hakyo series. I haven't seen School 2017 yet, but I really want to watch it. I've seen all of the Reply dramas. Those are all pretty good. The last one I didn't really like that much, but it's fine. I do like Park Bo-gum, so it's okay. Anything that has Ju-won in it, he is my favorite Korean actor. I absolutely love him to death. My all-time favorite K-drama is Bridal Mask, which features Ju-won, and it is a historical K-drama. So it's during the time that Japan was in control of Korea, and it's like Koreans versus Japanese, and I don't know, it's just so good, and it's kind of gory, but it's so good. I think one of my favorites from this year, Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-ju, was so good. Oh my gosh, I loved that. Strong Woman Do Bong-soon, oh my gosh, I loved that drama with Hyung-sik in it. He was so good in that drama. Master of the Mask, I watched it for Myung-soo, but that's actually one of my favorite dramas of the year. Like, I thought it was so good. Fight for My Way, I think is my favorite drama of this year so far. It just like from start to finish was just like a pretty solid drama. I love Park Seo-joon also. He's one of my favorite K-drama actors as well. So recognized in real life by your subscribers. When I went to Infinite in New York, I actually was. It was super weird, but I was standing in line and my friend Maddie, who I went to see Monsta X with, was like, I feel like I know you from somewhere. Like, I feel like I recognize your face from somewhere. And it was from my my Infinite Reality unboxing. She was like, you're the girl who got 3 Woogans. And I was like, yeah, that was me. So that was super weird. It's super cool. I don't really think about, like, you know, that people know my face who aren't around me. But that was like super funny. Do you listen to Korean drama OST songs? I do. I usually listen to them in the drama, and like I don't, if somebody says like, oh, this person is making an OST for this drama, like I don't see the point in listening to an OST if I'm not watching the drama. And if I'm watching the drama, I'm going to hear the OST. So usually I go from there. Do you have any favorite Western artists, and have you tried listening to Japanese music? I've tried listening to Japanese music. I don't know what it is. I just don't enjoy the flow of the Japanese language as much as the Korean language most of the time. I don't know. I don't know. Favorite Western artists? I listen to... Honestly, at this point, I listen to just like what's on the radio. Like, I do listen to the radio quite a bit. Like at work, I listen to it. Sometimes I'll drive and listen to it if I'm not feeling like listening to my phone. I don't really have a ton of favorite Western artists because I feel like I'll just like a song from a person and I just won't enjoy the rest of the album as much as that song. I don't know. For K-pop, I was like 14, 13, so the music I listen to, like, it's different than like 14, 13-year-olds now because, like, I don't know, it's just different, but I listened to a variety of music. I really like Eminem, actually. I really listen to a lot of like R&B and hip hop and rap music, so that can give you an idea. What are your thoughts on High School Love On? Did you enjoy it? Did you like Wooyeon and Sungyeol's characters? I loved High School Love On. I think that was like the best thing that could have ever happened to me, was Wooyeon and Sungyeol both acting in the same drama as the male leads. I thought it was a really good story. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. I thought Sungyeol and Wooyeon's characters were great, and I think they fit them really well. The only thing that I wasn't really a big fan of was that their names were Wooyeon and Sungyeol. Like, I kind of wish they'd had different names, but you know, besides that. Top 10 boy biases, top 10 girl biases. Top 10 boy biases are Donghae of Super Junior, Wooyeon and Sungyeol of Infinite, Wonho of Monsta X, then it's Seokjin of BTS, Hyuk of VIX, then 7 is S-Coups of 17. I don't really talk about that a lot, but I'm like very S-Coups biased. You see it when I unbox 17 things, but like outside of the ones before S-Coups I've talked about, I mostly talk about those members, like those boys. I really like Seungyoon and Jangjun right now, but I don't know if I would rank them in my top 10 currently from Golden Child. And I also really like Kim Jae-hwan recently of 101, but I also don't know if I would put him that high up on my list. But Chinese Minnow is definitely up there too. Man, this is hard. GOT7's Youngjae makes sense for like next, but I've never really gone that far in my ranking, so I don't know. I guess GOT7's Youngjae is pretty high up. Not as high as he used to be, but he's up there. Do you have any pets? I have 3 pets. I have a 7-month-old puppy named Jake. I'll post pictures of them as I do this. I have a 9-year-old cat whose name is Little Guy, and then I have a hamster whose name is Hammy, who I got this year as a graduation present to myself, because I've wanted a hamster since I was like 13 years old. And my mom would never let me get one, and then when I graduated I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a hamster with my own adult money, because I want to. What countries do you want to visit the most? I've actually been fortunate enough to travel quite a bit. So countries that I haven't been to yet that I really want to go to. I'd like to visit England. I'd like to go to Japan and Korea. It's been in my family's plans for a while to go there. I'd like to go back to Italy. I've been to Italy and I love it. Like, I want to go back so bad. I've been to France a couple of times and I think it's just like the most gorgeous, gorgeous country ever. I've been to the countryside and I've been to Paris. I don't know, I want to go to Australia. I was so sad because one of my like bucket list items was to see the Great Barrier Reef and they pronounced it dead, and I was just so sad about it because I just like really wanted to see it in person, and now like it's still there, it's just not alive, which is sad. If you could say something to your ultimate bias, what would you say? I don't know, because at this point I feel like Donghae has been my ultimate bias for like 8 or 9 years now, so I don't even know what I would say to him, like if I saw him in person. Like, that sounds like I'm just avoiding the question, but I honestly have no idea what I would say. I think I've been asked this before too and been like, I just don't, like, thank you, I guess. Like, I don't know. I would tell Donghae to make more music. I would tell him that all of his songs are flawless and I need more of them. That's what I would tell him. Favorite music video and album concepts? I guess overall, like, not to put out a specific group or a specific album, I really enjoy outdoor concepts because I've said before that there is no better lighting than natural lighting, and today's natural lighting sucks, by the way. I really enjoy outdoorsy concepts, and yeah, so I really like outdoors, colorful concepts. I'm not a big fan of black and white photos or black and white music videos. I like lots of colors, but I like them to be natural colors, not too like out there colors. I also like when music videos have at least a slight storyline to them. I feel like it makes it so much more interesting. Have you ever had any bad experiences with buying or trading albums or photo cards? Recently, buying albums, no. Buying photo cards or trading photo cards. Every time I do an international trade, like a lot of my international trades have been great, but sometimes when I do international trades, just like the person, like, I don't know, that's why I kind of stopped for a little bit, because I feel like they're just so much more stressful than trading in the United States, unless I know you, like unless I really know you. But I've been collecting for so long, like I have definitely had plenty of bad experiences. Favorite girl group and who is your bias? I have two ultimate girl groups, A-Pink and After School. I don't talk about them as much because A-Pink is mostly active in Japan and After School just isn't active. But my biases in both, my bias in After School is Reina and my bias in A-Pink is Bummy. What field do you work in, since you are always mentioning your job on Twitter? I talk about work on Twitter too much, that means. I work in the animal industry. I work at a veterinary office in the rehab department / the kennel department. And I've had that job for about 4 months now, and I really like it. I went to school for animal science, so this is kind of just like a break in between undergrad and grad school that I just really needed for my own mental sanity and health. So yeah, I really like it. I talk about Wano a lot, so I was wondering, how did you know he was your bias in Monsta X, and was he your favorite since No Mercy? He's my bias too, so you have great taste in Monsta X members. Thank you. You also have great taste in Monsta X members. Yes, Wano's been my bias since No Mercy, since it was very unclear if he was going to make it into Monsta X. And since the first episode, when he attempted to show his abs and he failed miserably, I was like, I don't know why, but I have this hunch he's gonna be my bias. Yeah, I watched like the first episode, and then I like messaged Zabra 711 because she's the reason I watched No Mercy. She was like, you need to watch it and you need to choose a member because I really like this member. It was Minhyuk, and you need to not choose him, but I don't want to like tell you who it is before you choose him. So I was like, is it Wano? And she's like, no, it's not. So it worked out. It's been my bias since the first episode of No Mercy, which is funny because I went to Monsta X in Atlanta, and when I was talking to fans there, they were like, oh, who's your bias? And I said Wano, and a couple of people, I kid you not, were like, oh, of course. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, he hasn't been my bias for like 5 minutes. He's been my bias since the first episode of No Mercy, when we didn't know if he was going to be in Monsta X, because I watched it as it aired, and only a couple members, Kyuhyun and Shonu and Juhan. Well, I don't know if Shonu was really like going to end up being like very confidently, oh, he's going to be in this group, but I like kind of knew Shonu was going to be in the group. But Juhan and Kyuhyun, when we were watching the show, it was so obvious they were going to end up being in Monsta X. And I thought Shotgun was really obvious too. Still bitter. Some of your favorite photo books released this year. Lovelyz first album photo book concept. I also really, 17. 17's my favorite of this year for sure. The AL1 photo book concept. Oh my gosh. And I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that I really enjoyed. Oh, this one. I don't even know if the unboxing for it will be up by the time you see this, but Obtention's newest album. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I was like, I've said that recently. This is one of my favorite photo books of the year. What was it? It was this. And those are all of the questions that I got. This was such a long video, but I do hope that you enjoyed it. And also, if you want to like talk to me more about any of the things that I answered, if you don't think I answered them fully enough, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, and we can definitely chat down there. And if you want me to do another Q&A video at some point, maybe in a couple of months, let me know. Because I've never known how frequently to do these at all. I really like Monsta X's Shine Forever photo book too. The complete X-Clan version. I like that photo book. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!